Alright, what's up guys? So I finished up my trading session for the day. I ended up making around $1,600 in total P&L, taking a few trades on NASDAQ futures. All the trades I was going long because the market was super bullish today. We could see this inside the institutional market structure. Everyone was buying and pullbacks were likely to get bought up. So those are the trades I took today. So anyways, I took these trades live. I'm going to go and roll the replay from the session and then we'll go and talk about the trades and break down the levels. So let's dive straight into the video.
All right, what's up, guys? Good morning. So, we had a huge gap up over the weekend. Pretty much just ripped higher all pre-market. Okay, so did we already break 25? Looks like we just did. So we do a flow 1, 2, 26. We're pretty much almost there already. So we could see if we retest 25 or if anything changes here. Potentially getting a retest. See how this candle closes here. Yeah, I'm hopping in long with a stop. Right at the exit this manually. Yeah, we're just flushing down. This thing might still hold though. I had to get out. If we get back above 25, I'll be entering again. So, still have increasing interest, 226. Looking for that close above here. Looks like we're doing it here. Yeah, I just hopped in. My stop's below this 754 candle. Like a 31. See if we can break out here. Still chopping here. Looking for 80. Got the 67. Okay, getting real close here. Come on now. A few more points. Market's trying to teach me a lesson. To not be greedy. Getting some volatility though. This thing could rip up. But my stop's at break even, so whichever one plays out. Well, 5 points away. Stop at break even. Yeah, so right now, like, if we just have very bullish market structure, but we're not getting a lot of pull past where price opened, essentially. So this basically means that I think pullbacks will get bought up pretty well. So I would try to just play the pullback extremes because, I mean, the more we go lower on this, like we have a big drop off after 24. That's what's been holding this 25. If we somehow pull back to any of these, maybe just take any of these levels with a buy signal is what I'm thinking if we want to force a trade. All right, I'm in long here, 45. Stops on the lows. This will be my last trade. And this thing's already dumping. Wow. Okay, I would like to take this back to 27 or 26 and maybe even up here, but we do have 27 that we're going to want to maybe touch at some point throughout the day. And maybe we're in the right position at the right time to take advantage of that. But for sure, 26 will be the first area. Okay, we're back at this resistance, stuck at this damn 75 again. Oh my god. Yeah, I should have trimmed there, to be honest. I don't know why I'm so stuck on this stupid 80. I think there's a higher chance we break this high before we break this low. Not just based on price action, but the market structure. So that's kind of my trade is we're going to pass this high before we pass this low. No, just gotta let it play out. Okay, I gotta trim off on that. Stop's going back to break even now. And let's take a look at this. I think we could get to 27. It just, I don't know how long it's gonna take. But I'm gonna go for 26.40. Since, again, it's not a green bar, we have decreasing interest. I'm gonna go for 26.40. Oh, this thing's getting pretty close. I might trim one, to be honest. Alright, just got a little 25% of my position left. I did scale my size a little bit today. If you guys notice, I'm using 4 minis instead of 3. Right now, I'm up around nothing too crazy, around 1800. So I think it's worth putting a stop maybe here under the level. So, like, where they're going to hold 626 and pull up. Or we break down into this range and get who knows what type of price action in this range. So me personally, if we get back in this range under this 835 candle, I'm gonna get out, which should be around 870. I'm gonna have my stop. About to get stopped out though. Alright, I'm calling her a day there.
All right, guys, so as you saw, this is what I ended the day with, this 1627 P&L after those 3 trades. So a little bit, I wouldn't say a tricky day. It was just kind of choppy and slow, which is why it took a little longer. So you can see we initially started the day out with a loss, okay? So pretty much just very choppy price action to start the day. I originally went long at 733, and as soon as we broke the 625 level on QQQ. Now keep in mind, as you saw, I do trade NASDAQ futures, but I look at all my levels on QQQ and basically just trade this chart because I get all my levels from the institutional positioning in the options market on QQQ. So these graphs are going to show you where the institutions are positioned in the market. Based on the liquidity they're providing, it shows you where they're going to have to hedge their positions, basically meaning buying or selling. Okay, so if we go to the market open, I'm going to go back to what this looked like exactly when the market opened. Going to today, October 27th, I took that trade 3 minutes in. Okay, so you can see if we look at delta hedging, this is going to show you the pressure of each level and where market makers most likely want to bring the price to. Okay, so you can see the tallest bar is 626. We just broke above 625. So you can see we had increasing interest to the 626. This is a target for the day. We're going to want to pull to this area. We have almost no sellers in the market. Okay, so this is a very bullish market structure, meaning sure, I might get chopped out a little bit, but if I keep trying it, I know we're eventually going to pull to the 626 level, right? Which is the 2 other trades I took. This target stayed the same all day. We have almost no interest below. So anyways, as you can see, we end up getting stopped out on this first one because we wanted to pull back more, right? Pulled back to 624. We can see 624 is right here. This is going to get bought up. It drops again at 623, and then 622 is like our last defensive area. Obviously, we never pulled back there, but this would have been an opportunity to buy. But anyways, as we can see, I got stopped out there, chopped around, waited till we broke 625 again because this still looked the same. So we're going to go forward to 9:54 Eastern time. Okay. And this scenario, the new green bar was 625. This just means it's the tallest bar on there. But as you can see, 626 was basically just as tall. So I figured we'd want to pull there still, especially because, you know, to me, there's a higher chance we're going to go to 26 than us going to 24, right? Because this bar is bigger. So as you can see, I took this trade up. We got 5 points away from take profit, as you saw from the live session. I was being a little greedy with this. Usually I like to trim some contracts when we get close. But since I took that first loss, I was trying to just hit the full TP so I didn't have to take another trade. I ended up getting stopped out at break even. Okay, so I actually moved my stop up, got stopped out at break even on this pullback. And then as you can see, we pulled back to 625 again. It was the same structure. So once this candle closed at like 825, let's go to 1025 Eastern time. Right here, you can see it was the same looking thing, right? No interest below. We have increasing interest 26. Now 26 is a green bar, and even 27 is a possibility. So that's what I did with this trade. As you can see, originally got in here right when we broke 25, took it up to 26, which is this green bar, the tallest target. 27 was growing, so I figured, you know, there's a good chance we could pull to 27. So I actually got a trim like right here on one of my contracts, and then I held a runner to 27, but I got stopped out along the way. So I actually got stopped out at like 70 right here as soon as we broke back down into 26. So that's what left me with the $1,600 P&L. Basically one trade is where I made all my money on this one, obviously, right? It was a nice 2.4 risk reward ratio, so that made up for it. So anyways, guys, those are my trades for the day. This is what the market structure of the institutions look like. As you can see, the rest of the day, we're just grinding up to 27. We hit 27 to a T. And now we're just heading back down. So as you can see, pretty consolidated market, not much interest over 27, which is why we had difficulty breaking over that, right? When you're able to see where the institution's position, this makes trading a lot easier, and it doesn't make you freak out when you take a loss, you know, the first 10 minutes of the day, because we know we're going to make it back in those other trades. So anyways, guys, if you'd like to work with us and get access to this institutional positioning data every single day, this is my software MaretkFlow that we recently launched. If you guys want access to this real-time data, this platform, all these tools, I do work with all my customers. So if you guys want to trade with us every day, not only do you get access to the MaretkFlow platform, this real-time data, but I also trade live with you every single morning. We do daily mentorship calls in the afternoon, going over the market. And we also have a private community and training breaking down what all this stuff means. So anyways, guys, if you want to access these flows every single day and see the market structure of the institutions, where price is likely to be defended, where the target is for the day, this is what I use to trade. If you guys want to get access, like I said, just go over to otsflow.co or just click that first link in the description below this video. And I hope to see you inside of there. With that being said, guys, as always, hope you had a great trading day yourself. This is my trades for the day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for another live trading session, seeing what the market looks like and what opportunities we have for the rest of the week.